And if real is the issue, then they all artificial. And I can never diss you, but I will dismiss you straight to your face. Nah, I ain't got no manners, and these bros ain't got no standards. That's why he can't stand you. Always got your hand out for him.
What up, EDS Squad? It's your boy Eli coming to you with a review. Let me move up a little bit because I'm kind of far back. But I'm here with my first WWE review. I'm so excited to start diving into WWE. But before I get into this review, please like this video, comment down below any reviews or reactions you would like me to do, and I'll try my best in doing so. Hit that share button to let everybody know, EDS Squad, please lit. And once you do all of that and you're not a part of the squad, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can get the updates for this channel. I update every single day. With that being said, let's get into this review. So, Raw was live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin on Monday. It's Road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania season is in the air. You can feel it, you can taste it, and you can smell it. It's just oozing through the WWE right now. And WrestleMania season is my favorite season because it's a time where I love to do predictions of what matches are going to be, who's going to win these matches. It's a great season, so what better way to start off these Raw reviews than during WrestleMania season? So like I said, the show was live from Milwaukee, Wisconsin Monday. And the show starts off with Kurt Angle coming to the ring. And he's calling out Triple H. You see that him and Triple H has been struggling, having a power struggle between the two of them for a while now. And we see that it's starting to come to a head. As Kurt Angle is calling Triple H out, he wants him to come to the ring. Instead of Triple H, Stephanie McMahon comes to the ring. She states that Triple H has not made it to the arena yet. They go back and forth, and then Ronda Rousey comes. And she breaks up Stephanie's speech, Stephanie's promo. As we get into the promo between everybody, Ronda states that her contract, she can have a match with anyone on a current roster who isn't a champion in her debut WrestleMania match. So she came to a decision. She has come to a decision at that point. Stephanie is so excited. She gets the crowd riled up. Everybody's excited. And Ronda Rousey chooses her opponent at WrestleMania to be Stephanie McMahon. When I saw that, when she said Stephanie McMahon, you could just see Stephanie's whole demeanor just flipped. She was like, oh boy. Triple H comes out immediately, states that Kurt Angle is not doing his job. Stephanie is an exec. She cannot be involved in WrestleMania. She's not a wrestler, blah, blah, blah. Kurt makes it known that, yes, Stephanie is an exec, but she also has another contract, which is a contract for a superstar. So she is an active superstar, contractually. And he also states that Triple H is also an active superstar, contractually. So with that being said, he proposes and stamps, signs, and delivers one of the first confirmed matches at WrestleMania, and that is Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie McMahon in a mixed tag match. My thoughts and opinions real quick. I saw this match happening between everybody in here. I saw Ronda Rousey versus Stephanie McMahon weeks ago. I saw Kurt Angle versus Triple H months ago. It's interesting and it's cool that they kind of mismatched the storylines together to make an awesome moment. I'm excited to see how this match turns out, and that's one of the first things that happened that opened up the show. Next up was the first match of the evening, and it was Asuka versus Nia Jax. Asuka and Nia Jax previously had a pay-per-view match at Raw's pay-per-view where Asuka won Asuka has been undefeated since she debuted at NXT over 2 years ago. And Nia Jax has been dubbed the Irresistible Force for her strong and big stature. It was interesting to see this match. It kind of was like a match where we knew who was gonna win, so it was like, eh. Um, Asuka ends up winning, and then we go to commercial break and come back to the second match of the evening, and that is The Bar, which is Sheamus and Cesaro versus The Revival. Um, their storyline is kind of, I've been trying to find out what their storyline is entailing, what's going to lead up until WrestleMania. It's interesting that they're still the champions, The Bar I'm talking about, and they won, so they knocked off The Revival. The Revival will not be facing The Bar at WrestleMania. I don't know, so anybody, any WWE fans, please let me know, who do y'all think, or who has been in the rumors of facing The Bar. I'm interested to see, because I honestly, watching and not watching, no, seeing no dirt sheets, no rumor reports, no nothing. I'm just watching it as a fan and inferring in my brain. I don't know who The Bar is going to be facing at WrestleMania. It's kind of interesting to see. Next up is John Cena's road to WrestleMania. It's been this big storyline where, what is John Cena gonna do? He is a free agent. He is not on Raw. He is not on SmackDown. He is a free agent. So what is his WrestleMania going to be? What is his match going to be? We saw that he tried to get in the Elimination Chamber. Didn't work. Didn't work. So now he's on his way to SmackDown at Fastlane this Sunday to be in a six-pack match with AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship. That will be this Sunday at Fastlane. But more into John Cena's promo. He comes to the ring and talks about the SmackDown pay-per-view, how if he wins the WWE Championship, he'll be a 17-time WWE Champion, which he will outbeat the Ric Flair, who is a 16-time champion. He eventually wants to win that match, and for WrestleMania, he wants a triple threat match for the WWE Championship, which involves AJ Styles cashing in his rematch clause if he were to lose. And since Shinsuke Nakamura, who is the Royal Rumble winner, and that will be at WrestleMania. During this promo, Goldust interrupts him. Goldust speaks in his language that only Goldust knows, speaking rambly and incoherently, and eventually he strikes John Cena, and they come to an impromptu match between John Cena and Goldust. Go to commercial break, come back. It's interesting that Michael Cole mentions that Goldust versus John Cena is the first time, Monday night was the first time they ever fought in a match together, single match, which was kind of weird. I would have never have thought that. That was a dope little nugget. Of course, John Cena wins, and it's gonna be interesting to see where John Cena is going to end up. Everybody has been speculating. There's been a lot of rumors, a lot of dirt sheets, a lot of just speculation that he will be facing The Undertaker at WrestleMania. But, of course, he put those rumors to bed recently. So now it's interesting to see what's going to happen. Is Undertaker going to come at Fastlane? Is he going to show up at Fastlane and call John Cena out? Or is that really put to bed and John Cena is really going for the WWE Championship? He's going to win and that triple threat match is going to come to fruition. We shall see. It'll be interesting to see. We go backstage to Kurt Angle after all of this has happened, where Elias shows up with his guitar, basically wanting to cancel the match between him and Braun Strowman, which was advertised as a Symphony of Destruction match. He does not want to do it. He puts all the excuses in the book, but to be real, he didn't want to do the match. Angle is like, nah, you're doing the match, and since you want to get out of the match, there's nowhere for you to go because we're gonna up the ante. It's going to be a Symphony of Destruction Falls Count Anywhere match. And then we go into the next person that has been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations and shout out to Hillbilly Jim. He is the next inductee in the Hall of Fame. He was announced. So yes, congratulations. That's dope. So we go to commercial. We come back, and Bailey comes to the ring and has a short little interview where she's talking about how her and Sasha have been. They've been doing Sasha. She's been betraying. They've been going back and forth. It's interesting. I don't know if they're going to have if this is all being done to eventually have a match between Bailey and Sasha at WrestleMania, or is there a bigger picture to this, or are they going to come together? Because as I continue with this situation, Paige and the Absolution interrupts her, Bailey, excuse me. She clowns Bailey, saying Bailey doesn't have any friends ever since Sasha betrayed her. Bailey has been all alone. She has nobody to talk to, blah, blah, blah. It comes to a match that has been scheduled between Bailey and Mandy Rose, which I thought was a good match. It's not that I was skeptical of Mandy Rose. Okay, I was skeptical because the first time I saw Mandy Rose was on Total Divas. And she was, upcoming and all that jazz. It kind of was like the same story of Eva Marie and JoJo. They being, training to become a wrestler, da-da-da-da. So I kind of looked at Mandy Rose in that limelight, not really knowing her abilities. But after seeing Mandy Rose debut on the main roster, because I really don't watch NXT as much as I used to, but when she debuted on the main roster and I saw her matches and she's definitely a fantastic wrestler. And I say all that to say that the match between Bailey and Mandy Rose was honestly one of the best matches of that night. It was very enjoyable. It was very entertaining. Bailey ends up winning the match. Right after Bailey pins Mandy Rose, Absolution starts attacking Bailey. Then the boss, Sasha Banks, comes out and goes after DeVille. And Absolution retreats. Then you see just Sasha Banks and Bailey in the middle of the ring together. Sasha goes to help Bailey up. Bailey's like, don't touch me. I'm still a little, from the last time you've been betraying me lately. So I'm not really feeling you. Sasha ends up going to hug Bailey. Bailey's definitely not feeling it. She pushes her aside and she leaves the ring. So there's definitely some tension between Bailey and Sasha Banks. I'm very interested to see where this storyline is going to go and where is it going to go in regards of WrestleMania, because we know that eventually it's going to go into WrestleMania somehow, some way. So that's dope. So after that, we go backstage again, and it's Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax. Alexa Bliss. Yeah, Alexa Bliss is not only a phenomenal wrestler, she's definitely great on the mic. I love and I enjoy Alexa Bliss. I've been enjoying her a lot lately. Her and Nia Jax dynamic is kind of it's dope and it's cool in a way, they definitely have chemistry to get. Definitely got good chemistry together. So Alexa Bliss was basically shading all you wrestling fans. If you don't know what shading is, it's like basically trying, like trying to be. You would think they're being sincere, but the shade of it all is they're not being sincere at all. That's basically what Alexa Bliss was doing. She was basically saying just breaking Nia Jax down, trying to cheer her up, but being shady at the same time. She definitely fat shames her. Definitely does. Nia breaks down and starts crying. Um, Interesting to see where that's going to go. Okay, so I have a prediction in my brain, but I don't want this prediction to come true because I feel like um, Asuka versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania is going to be an astounding match because they both are great workers. But I'm feeling in my spirit, I'm feeling in my bones that it's going to be a triple threat, and it's going to be Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Asuka. The reason why is because Asuka and Nia Jax have been fighting for a long time, so it's like building their little rivalry. And then you got Alexa Bliss jumping all into it. So I think it's going to be a triple threat match. If you guys think it's going to be a triple threat match, please let me know. If you got any rumors, dirt sheets, I would definitely like to know in the comment section, so just let me know. So after that, with the commercial break, and we came back to the Symphony of Destruction Falls Count Anywhere match between Elias and Braun Strowman. It was a unorthodox match, but with WWE, there's a lot of unorthodox methods and matches and stipulations. It's the WWE. You respect that. Braun Strowman won the match. Elias was removed by the EMTs and taken to the hospital. That was it was an okay match. It it wasn't a match that I'm gonna be like, oh my gosh, everybody see the Symphony of Destruction match? It was an okay match. Maybe starting next week, when it comes to matches, I'll do like a rating system. Um, but yes, after that, when the commercial, I believe, and we came back to Bray Wyatt coming to the ring to cut a promo. I'm loving. I keep saying I love a lot of things. WWE has really been stepping up their game in a lot of different ways and a lot of different storylines. I've been loving the Bray Wyatt and Broken Matt Hardy storyline. First of all, I love Matt Hardy's persona now. It's like, I wouldn't say that Matt Hardy was never good on the mic. He was a little cringy at some points, but this particular character, he has given a different, just breathe a fresh, he's just a fresh, a breath of fresh air. I be tongue twisted with my words and stuff, forgive me. But he's a breath of fresh air. The character is amazing. His promos are. I like Broken Matt Hardy. Woken Matt Hardy, Broken Matt Hardy. I love the character. So shout out to you, Matt Hardy. They go back and forth. I believe that there will be a WrestleMania match between them, most definitely. I think at this point it's kind of confirmed, but not confirmed. I want a stipulation. The reason why I want a stipulation for this match is because, Matt Hardy is one half of Team Extreme, well, 1/3 of Team Extreme. You never can't forget Lita. And then you got Bray Wyatt with the Wyatt family. I just see like a stipulation will bring the match to a new height. It could be Extreme Rules or some type of stipulation. Or you know what? A Hell in a Cell. I would live for a Hell in a Cell or steel cage. What do you guys think? Let me know. So next up was the Mizzy Awards. Um, the Miz comes to the ring with the Miztourage, and he the Oscars was this Sunday, so they had to play on the Oscars by having the Miz have his own award show. Um, his first category was, first of all, before we get into the categories, I wasn't liking his trying my movie Get Out. We gonna stop you there, Miz. Don't come for Get Out. But the first category was Superstar, Best at Patting Himself on the Back, and the nominees were Seth Rollins, Kurt Angle, and Finn Balor. Obviously, these categories and the nominees are to set up his feud with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. He gives that award to Finn Balor and Seth Rollins. It was a tie. Then he goes to a different category, worst decisions on Raw by a general manager. Obviously, he's talking about Kurt Angle because he has this big grudge with Kurt Angle. Obviously, Kurt Angle wins because he was the only person that was nominated in the category. Then we find that Seth Rollins interrupts him mid-promo. Then Finn Balor comes right after. Miz does what he does best, and that's just drag or just one thing you cannot deny. You may hate the Miz, you may love the Miz. You cannot deny that man on the mic, he is golden. He's one of the best people that can cut a promo in the WWE today. He does best, and he challenges to a match right then and there. So we have an impromptu match. It's a handicap match. Finn Balor and Seth Rollins versus The Miz and the Miztourage. Miztourage, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel. The winners of that match were Seth Rollins and Finn Balor. Kurt Angle comes out after the match and announces that there will be a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship between The Miz, Finn Balor, and Seth Rollins, which I kind of knew going in to this storyline from, the beginning. You kind of figured that there was going to be some type of triple threat match in the future. So that will be a dope match to see at WrestleMania. Next up was Paul Heyman. He came out. He responds to the previous week of Roman Reigns promo. Basically, Roman Reigns, I'm not going to say it's tired and through. The storyline is not tired and through. I think Brock and Roman could have had a better storyline, in my opinion. The whole part-time wrestler thing, The Rock and John Cena did it. It's kind of tired and through. I gotta say it's kind of tired and through. But with that being said, Paul Heyman comes out. He talks about Brock's schedule. He confirms that Brock will be at Raw next week. Roman comes out. They go back and forth. Roman calls Brock a female dog. He just wants the champion to be at Raw. He wants to show up and be here. His whole issue is that Brock is not consistent, and that he thinks Brock doesn't care. That Brock does not care about the WWE for his part-time status. Especially when it's been, talked about that Brock is going back to the UFC. All in all, I thought Monday Night Raw was a really, really good show on Monday. I was entertained from the beginning to end. You can tell WrestleMania, like I said before, you can tell WrestleMania is in everybody's minds, and everybody's hearts, and everybody's spirits. There's just a newfound energy, and I find that every WrestleMania season that It's go time. Everybody's in a different headspace. Everybody is coming out to perform and to rile the crowd because WrestleMania is going to be a night to remember, as it is every year. With that being said, any predictions? The only prediction I have is we're probably gonna find out that Nia Jax, the Asuka versus Alexa Bliss is probably gonna be a triple threat. I think I wanna find out where Absolution and Bayley and Sasha Banks, is that going to become a match? That's interesting. I'm interested to see. I want to find out more about what the Bar storyline is because I'm kind of a little confused. But other than that, I'm excited. If you liked this video, please like, comment, and share. Please hit that subscribe button if you're not down with the squad and join the squad. Hit that notification bell. I will be doing Monday Night Raw reviews every single week. I am thinking about doing Tuesday Night SmackDown. I don't want to exert myself because doing these reviews is a lot of work. You gotta watch the show, not only to watch it to be entertained, you gotta watch it and take notes. Like you can see the notes that are all on my iPad. But I love doing it. This was a fun episode to review, a fun episode to sit back, watch, and take notes and whatever jazz. So with that being said, I live for every last one of you guys. I love every last one of you guys, and I'll check you guys on the next review. Have a